Okay, now in today's class, we'll start with vectors, product of vectors. Now, in product of vectors, actually, I'm talking of actually multiplication of vectors. Now, in multiplication of vectors, okay, there are two types. Okay, one is multiplication by scalar and second is multiplication by vector. Okay, a single vector you can multiply with a scalar. For example, if you are taking a bar is equal to 2I cap plus 3j cap minus 4k cap, if you are multiplying it with a scalar, that is, if you have some b bar is equal to some k times a bar, then this will become k times 2I cap plus 3j cap minus 4k cap, which will finally become 2k I cap plus 3k j cap minus 4k into k cap, which is okay. Of course, your magnitude becomes constant times magnitude of a bar. Okay, so multiplying by a scalar, you can do it like this. Okay, now just hold on, I'll continue. Now, in the same situation, if you are multiplying by vector, okay, so in vector multiplication, okay, uh, by vector, okay, a vector multiplied with another vector, you have two things. Okay, one is first type is called scalar or also called as dot product. Okay, first type of product is called scalar or dot product. Okay, so here this is first type of product, and second type of product is called vector or cross product. Okay, vector or cross product. Okay, here result is scalar, here result is vector, result is vector. Okay, so that means the final answer that you are after doing multiplication, okay, it is scalar in case of scalar product and vector in case of vector product. So in scalar product, how you will represent it is a bar dot b bar is given by mod a mod b cos theta, where theta is angle between a bar and b bar. Okay, right? And if you are talking of this cross product, a bar cross product with b bar is mod a mod b sin theta into n cap. This part is your magnitude, okay, and n cap is the direction, and it comes from right hand rule. Okay, we'll discuss in detail about this. Okay, so here in multiplication of vectors, okay, there are, okay, two things. One is you can multiply it by a scalar and other is you can multiply it by a vector. So if you are multiplying it by a scalar, okay, so if you have vector of a bar is equal to 2I cap plus 3j cap minus 4k cap, if you are multiplying by scalar, what you are supposed to do is, okay, you can multiply with a constant times, okay, vector a bar. And if you are multiplying one vector with another vector, there are two possibilities. One is scalar or dot product, another is vector or cross product. If you are doing scalar product of two vectors, your answer is scalar. If you are doing vector or cross product, your answer is vector. Okay. So now we'll see each type of product in detail. Okay. So let us start with, okay, let us start with scalar product or dot product. Okay, we'll start with scalar product or dot product of vectors. Now, first of all, okay, when magnitudes are known, okay, when magnitudes are known and angle is known, when magnitudes are known and angle theta is known, okay, when magnitudes and angle is known, okay, you can directly write a bar dot b bar is equal to mod a mod b cos theta. Okay, just hold on. Okay, charging got finished in the digital function. All right, so here when magnitudes are known, okay, what is it you can do is, okay, your a bar dot product with b bar is mod a mod b cos theta. Okay, so it is mod a into mod b into cos theta. Okay, so here if a bar is ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, and if b bar is bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap, if you are doing dot product a bar dot b bar, so that will give you what, ax bx, you can multiply these corresponding x components, plus you can multiply these y components ay by, plus you can multiply these components, that is az into bz. Okay, so this is how you calculate these corresponding components. Okay, now in this, okay, your mod a is under root ax square plus ay square plus az square. Your mod of b bar is under root bx square plus by square plus bz square. Okay, now if you are doing cos theta, so your cos theta is a bar dot b bar by mod a mod b. That implies your cos theta is ax bx plus ay by plus az bz whole divided by under root ax square plus ay square plus az square times under root bx square plus by square plus bz square. Now, if you look into this relation, okay, indirectly, okay, dot product, from this it is very clear that dot product helps in finding angle between the vectors. Dot product helps in finding angle between the vectors. Okay, so it will help you out in finding angle between the vectors. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, you often use this in maths. Okay, so in maths most of the times you will use this property to calculate angle between the vectors. Now extending the idea further, okay, so from previous calculation it is very clear that if theta is 90 degrees, okay, if theta is 90 degrees, a bar dot b bar is mod a mod b cos 90, cos 90 value is 0, right? That is one thing. Okay, and if theta is, okay, if theta is 0, a bar dot b bar is mod a mod b. Okay, that means both the vectors are in same direction. If theta is 180 degrees, your dot product is a bar dot b bar is, okay, minus of mod a mod b. Okay, it is minus of mod a mod b. Okay, now you will utilize these properties. Okay, so now coming to the properties. Okay, now if a bar, I mean sorry, a bar dot b bar will be equal to b bar dot a bar, because angle is not going to change. So commutative law, this is called commutative law in maths. Okay, so commutative law holds here, and a bar dot b bar plus c bar will be equal to a bar dot b bar plus a bar dot c bar. Okay, this will give you distributive law, and a bar dot a bar is mod a square. Okay, so for dot product, commutative law holds and distributive law will hold. Okay, so let us try to do a simple question. Now question is, find angle between the vectors. Find angle between the vectors. Find angle between the vectors. A bar is equal to 2 I cap plus j cap minus k cap. B bar is equal to I cap plus 2 j cap plus 4 k cap. Find angle between the vectors. So in this case, if you do cos theta, that is ax bx plus ay by plus az bz by mod under root ax square plus ay square plus az square times under root bx square plus by square plus bz square. Now in the numerator it is 2 times 1 plus 1 times 2 minus 1 times 4 divided by mod a mod b, but your numerator is becoming 0, so that implies theta is 90 degrees. Okay, so your angle between the vectors is 90 degrees. Okay, right? So this is how you calculate the angle between the vectors. Now what are the physics applications that you have here is, the physics applications that you have are, okay, so many times we'll use this in physics. Okay, work is force dot product with displacement. Okay, your work is, okay, this is your work, it is force dot product with displacement. And coming to, okay, volume flux, derivative of volume with respect to time, which is also called as volume rate, is, okay, volume rate is a bar dot product with v bar, where a is area of cross section, v is velocity. Okay, next, one more example that I can give is, your electric flux is electric field dot product with area. Similarly, your magnetic flux is magnetic field dot product with area. Okay, so E is electric field, A is area. Okay, this is your electric flux, this is your magnetic flux, this is your magnetic field, this is your area. Okay, so this is how you apply dot product in physics. Still there are a lot of applications, but one example is what I have listed. Okay, next is, okay, next important idea is, okay, geometrical interpretation of dot product of vector. Geometrical interpretation of dot product of vectors. So what is this geometrical interpretation? I will tell you. Now, if you have a vector b bar like this, if you have a vector a bar, now if you are projecting b on a, this part is called, okay, that blue color line is called projection of b on a, which is in fact the adjacent side of the right angle triangle, which is mod b cos theta. Now this projection is also called as scalar component. Okay, this projection is also called as scalar component. Okay, so which is mod b cos theta. Now if you multiply this mod b cos theta with into mod a by mod a, then this will become a bar dot b bar whole divided by mod a, which will indicate a cap dot b bar. Similarly, here scalar component of b on a or projection of b on a is given. Now, if you are considering projection of a on b, projection of a on b, you will just simply do b cap dot a bar. Okay. So if it is projection of b on a, you are getting a cap dot b bar. If it is projection of a on b, you will get b cap dot a bar. Okay, so this is how you get the components. Okay, so based on this, okay, you can take the screenshot of this. Based on this, we'll do a problem. So now let us try to do a problem. Okay, so now let us say you are given a vector. Okay, a bar is equal to 2i cap plus 3j cap minus 4k cap, and let us say you are given q bar is equal to I cap minus 4j cap plus 5k cap. Find scalar component of a on b. Okay, so if you are asked a on b, okay, if you look into this figure, this is a. Okay, if you are getting confused, draw diagram. This is b. You drop a projection. This angle is theta. Okay, then this is mod a cos theta. So your projection of a on b is mod a cos theta, which you can multiply with into mod b by mod b. That will give you a bar dot b bar by mod b. That will give you 2 minus 12 minus 20 whole divided by mod b is under root 1 plus 16 plus 25. Okay, so 25 plus 126 plus 16, this will give you around root 42, and minus 32 means this is minus 30 by root 42 is your projection of a on b. Okay, now if you are considering only the magnitude part, okay, so here you cannot have negative angle unless and until this is obtuse. Okay, maybe here the angle is obtuse, it is not acute, so that is why you are getting minus sign, but usually you consider magnitude alone. Okay, only positive answer ఇవ్వాలి usual గా. Okay, maybe here the angle is obtuse, my numbers are wrong, I should have taken correct numbers. Okay, but this is the way you do the calculation. Okay, right, so this is your scalar component. Now coming to vector component. Okay, coming to vector component. Okay, your vector component or projection vector, vector component or projection vector Okay, vector component or projection vector is, okay, so if you have this vector b bar and if this is your vector a bar, okay, in all these questions don't forget, just simply draw a diagram, half of the answer will be done. So mod b cos theta is your projection vector are also called as your vector component is mod b cos theta part is your magnitude times direction. Okay, so projection vector అని అంటే projection times unit vector. Okay, unit vector which gives the direction, so that is a cap. So you just simply you can do mod b cos theta by a cap is a bar by mod a. Okay, so you cannot further anyhow simplify. Okay, so similarly vice versa it will be there for b. Okay, vice versa for uh, a on b. Now as an example, okay, if p bar is 3 I cap plus 4 j cap plus k cap and q bar is 2 I cap plus 3 j cap plus k cap, find vector component of P on Q, vector component of P on Q. Now, how you will do this is, if this is P bar, if this is Q bar, your vector component of P on Q is, this is mod P cos theta times for Q bar it is direction. So, your vector component is mod P cos theta into Q cap. You multiply with into q by q, so that will give you mod p mod q cos theta by mod q times q cap. So mod p mod q is p bar dot q bar, that is 6 plus 12 plus 1 whole divided by mod q is under root t square plus 3 square plus 1 times q cap is 2 I cap plus 3 j cap plus k cap q bar by mod q. So that is under root once again 2 square plus 3 square plus 1. So your final value is 12 plus 6, 18, 18 plus 1, 19, 19 by 9 plus 4, 13, 13 plus 1 is 14, 19 by 14 times 2 I cap plus 3 j cap plus k cap. Okay, so this is your vector component or projection vector. Okay, right. So these are your basic ideas. Okay, next is, okay, so this is about dot product. Okay, next important part is your cross product of vectors. So now coming to cross product of vectors, okay, it is very important to understand right hand thumb rule, okay, which we will discuss later. Okay, right hand thumb rule గురించి డీటెయిల్ గా డిస్కషన్ తర్వాత వస్తుంది. Okay, so you have to always stick to the basics while applying cross product. So cross product is also called as vector product. Okay, cross product is also called as vector product. Now in this cross product or vector product, okay, I want you to remember that result is vector. Okay, so if you are doing cross product, C bar is A bar cross B bar. Okay, so you will put a cross sign and your C bar is mod A mod B sin theta into n cap. You will calculate the cross product as mod A mod B sin theta into n cap. Mod A mod B sin theta will give you magnitude. Okay, and your n cap is a unit vector. Okay, it is a unit vector. Your n cap is unit vector which is perpendicular to plane containing A bar and B bar. Okay, so and its direction is given by right hand thumb rule. Okay, right hand thumb rule. So what is this right hand thumb rule? I'll tell you. So your right hand thumb rule is, if you have a vector A bar, if you have one more vector B bar, okay. So here, okay, if this is C bar is equal to A bar cross product with B bar. Now, if these fingers are called four fingers, okay, you have to place four fingers. N cap is unit vector in this direction. So, okay, what is right hand thumb rule is, you have to always use right hand first, okay, and in doing A bar cross B bar, okay, always consider angle less than 180 between the vectors. Always consider angle less than 180 degrees between the vectors. Okay. So if that is the case, thumb gives direction of resultant. Thumb gives the direction of resultant. Okay. So I want you to understand, okay, always tails must be at same point. Always tails must be at same point for you to use right hand thumb rule. Okay, right? So if not, use parallel transport. Okay, so what is the right hand thumb rule is, you have to place four fingers along A bar and rotate towards B and mata. Okay, so if you are doing A bar cross B bar, place four fingers. Okay, four fingers means all the four fingers except thumb. Okay, place four fingers along A, rotate towards B. Okay, rotate four fingers towards B. Thumb gives direction. Okay, thumb gives direction of resultant. Okay, thumb gives the direction of resultant. Okay, so you can place just simply your right hand in the plane of the paper and rotate it. If you look into the figure, you will get some clarity. So for more clarity sake, okay, what we are going to do is, okay, we are going to give directions, specify the directions, and you are supposed to give cross product result in each case. So what are your directions means, within plane of the paper this is right, within plane of paper that is left. Okay, and this direction is into the plane. Okay, this direction is out of the plane. Okay, and this direction is up, this direction is down. Okay, so these are your standard directions. Now your question is, if C bar is equal to A bar cross B bar, applying right hand thumb rule, applying right hand thumb rule, okay, give direction of, give direction of C bar in the following situations. Okay, so you have to place your four fingers along A and then you have to give it. So first question is, this is A, this is B. So if you are doing from A to B, C bar direction is into the plane. You have to curl four fingers along A like this, and you must curl towards B. So if you are curling it, you will get C bar into the plane, into the plane. Okay, your C bar is into the plane. Okay, right, into the plane. Okay, next second case. Okay, you must visualize with your fingers. Okay, or take two pens or a pen and pencil and then do it. If this is A bar, if this is B bar, okay, if you are curling your fingers now along four fingers, if you place along A and curl towards B, you are supposed to curl your right hand like this. So in this case, C bar is out of the plane, out of the plane. Okay, right. Next, third thing is, okay, if A bar is into the plane and B bar is towards left, so if you are curling from A to B, you will get C bar upwards. Okay, up. Okay, use right hand thumb rule and visualize. Okay, so okay, you must be able to give it properly. Okay, you have to visualize, you will get this answer. Next is fourth case. Your A bar is into the plane, B bar is up of the plane. So in this case, your C bar is towards right. Okay, you should get the direction in right direction. Okay, next, if you have A bar out of the plane, B bar towards left, then your C bar will be downwards. Okay, down of the plane. Okay, so these examples, okay, will give you some clarity, I suppose. Okay, next, one more example. Let us say this is B bar and let us say this is A bar. Now in this case, if you are applying right hand thumb rule, so C bar will be towards left. Okay, so this is how you calculate the, okay, this is how you calculate the cross product. Now okay, let us continue further. Okay, so next is how to calculate, how to calculate cross product, how to calculate cross product. Okay, when vectors are given, when vectors are given in terms of I cap and j cap. So when vectors are given in terms of I cap and j cap, okay, before you must understand one thing. If you have det of AB, okay, writing this is called, okay, if you have studied in 10th class matrices, okay, it is read as det. Okay, that means determinant. Okay, so if you cross multiply, det of this is AD minus BC. Okay, so now in doing, okay, in doing cross product, okay, if you have I cap, j cap, k cap, some component of ax, ay, az, bx, by, bz, okay, for x component, okay, for x component, what is that you are supposed to do is, you are supposed to remove row and column of I and give determinant of remaining part. If that is the case, you will get ay az by bz. So your x component is ay bz minus by az is your x component. Okay, next coming to b. Okay, for y component. Okay, for y component. Okay, remove. Okay, for y component, remove row and j like this. Remove this row. So you will get ax az bx bz. Okay, so and you have to keep a minus sign. I will talk about it later, but your this part is ax bz minus bx az, and you need to keep a minus sign in the front for y component. Okay, first positive then negative. Okay, this is positive then negative. For z component, okay, remove row and column of j. Okay, for z component, okay, remove column of. Okay, for z component you have to remove column of I and j. So that will give you ax ay bx by. So your z component is ax by minus bx ay. So once you get the components, you can directly write the vector in terms of I cap and j cap. So finally I'll write everything at one place. Okay, so what is that I am doing is, if you have a vector a bar is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, one more vector of b bar is equal to bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. Okay, if you are doing cross product a bar cross b bar, if you are doing, you have to calculate the determinant of I cap j cap k cap. You have to write it like this: ax ay az. Okay, first if you are doing a bar cross b bar, first a, then followed by b. This is bx by bz. So your x component, remove I and this thing. So your x component is ay bz minus by az I cap, minus for j component. Okay, ax bz minus bx az into j cap plus ax by minus bx ay into k cap. This is how you calculate the cross product of a bar cross b bar when your vectors are given in terms of I cap and j cap. Okay, so whichever component you require, you just simply remove that row and column, that will end you up in the answer. Okay, so now this is how you calculate it. Okay, so first, if magnitudes are known, you can use right hand thumb rule. If vectors are not given in terms of I cap and j cap, this is how you do it. Okay, now some additional properties of cross product I would like to give you. So additional properties of cross product are, okay, so if c bar is equal to a bar cross b bar, then you have mod a mod b sin theta into n cap is your cross product. Now if theta is 0 or theta is 180, your cross product is null vector. Okay, null vector means, okay, zero magnitude. And remember, your n cap is a vector, okay, which is perpendicular to a, perpendicular to b, and it is perpendicular to any plane, sorry, any vector perpendicular to any vector in plane containing a and b. Okay, so your c bar dot a bar is 0, c bar dot b bar is 0. Okay, c bar dot, okay, any vector in plane of a and b is equal to 0. Okay, right? So next is a bar cross b bar is minus of b bar cross a bar. Okay, but if you look at this, a bar dot b bar is equal to b bar dot a bar, but when it comes to cross product, it is with a minus sign. Okay, so a bar cross b bar and b bar cross a bar will have equal magnitude but opposite direction. Okay, so these are some additional properties. Okay, and coming to physics applications that you have. Okay, your physics applications that you have are, okay, there are plenty. Okay, but only for clarity's sake I list few. Okay, so first one is torque is r bar cross f bar. Okay, torque about point O is r bar cross f bar. This is your torque. R is position vector, f is force. Okay, next, second, your angular momentum L bar is r bar cross mvcm bar. Okay, your L is angular momentum, r bar is position vector, mv is linear momentum. Okay, right? So like this I can give many examples. Okay, okay, so these are your examples. Okay, now coming to few more applications in physics or in geometry and maths if you want to apply. Okay, so your area of parallelogram, you can give it. Okay, area of parallelogram, if you want to calculate, for example, if AB bar is a vector and if another side is AC bar. Okay, so you want area of this parallelogram. Okay, so let us say this vector is P bar, this vector is Q bar. Your area of parallelogram is mod of P bar cross Q bar, which is indirectly mod of AB bar cross AC bar. And if you want only the shaded portions triangle area, your area of triangle is half of AB bar cross AC bar. Okay, so this is how you calculate it. Okay, and remember in physics area is vector. Okay, in physics area is a vector quantity. Okay, now let us do a problem. Okay, question is, if a bar is equal to I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap and B bar is 2 I cap minus 3j cap plus k cap. Okay. My question is, calculate area of parallelogram formed by above two vectors. So how you will calculate the area, I'll tell you. So if this is A bar, if this is B bar, your area as we have discussed, it is mod of A bar cross B bar. So if that is the case, okay, so you have to write I cap, J cap, K cap in the first row, then 1, 2, 3 here, then 2 minus 3, 1. So your A bar cross B bar is, okay, I cap into 2 minus of minus 9 minus 1 minus 6 into j cap plus, sorry, j cap 1 minus 6 plus k cap, it is minus 3 minus 4 into k cap. So you will get finally 11 I cap plus 5 j cap minus 7 k cap, and your magnitude of area is under root 11 square plus 5 square plus minus 7 whole square. So you get root 195 square units. Okay. So this is your basic idea of vectors. Okay. Right. So this is how you do vectors. Okay. So I have discussed everything in detail. So always keep notes with you, study the notes thoroughly, and then only you are supposed to solve the problems. Without reading notes, never start attempting the problems directly. First notes, everything will be present in the notes. So notes is must and should. Okay. All the books content will be kept in the notes at one place. So you have to always start learning things from the notes. Okay, that's all.